All right, guys, let me explain a little bit about what you're looking at. Okay, in the distance there, you're going to see that truck. It's going to be moving here. Just a minute. You see that movement in the background back there? That truck is having to dodge this truck. On the other side of this truck is another truck, and those drivers have been sitting there running their mouths. They've been talking for about 25 minutes. This guy is waiting to park and go past him. And that guy is waiting for that guy and his friend to get through running their mouths. And I had to blindside back into this spot where I'm at, and I had to get the guy. Don't be afraid to ask for help. But this guy's truck, he was actually back about the front of this Volvo right here. I had to ask him to move forward, and he looked at me crazy, and his friend that was standing on the outside of his truck was looking at me crazy like, you can't get in that hole? I mean, why should I have to try to squeeze in that hole if you don't just move your ass up a little bit? That makes it easier. So he moved up to where he's at right now, and then I asked for help from the guy parked next to me to look at my blind side for me. So I got on in here with, with no problem, but I had a spotter. Um, Otherwise, I mean, I actually was ahead of them, but when I got here to get in this spot, I didn't feel comfortable about my setup because I wasn't close enough. Meaning close enough to the front of these trucks. When you're gonna get see like this guy is to these trucks, but he's too far away. If you want to back in here, you want to get pretty close to him and then start your pivot out. And I was about where he is, so when I started my pivot out, when I got ready to bring the cab around, I would be contacting whatever is on the other side. You can't see it because these assholes are blocking this guy. Okay, so I made a loop around to get closer. When I made the loop around, these assholes was parked here. I waited for about 15 minutes before I finally got out and say, "Hey, man, I mean, you guys, I didn't say anything, but I kind of motioned to them that, put my hands together like little praying hands. Please, please, just scooch up a little bit so I can park right here." And I pointed at the spot. And he made a big deal like, "Oh, shit, you can't park and I Swift, what the hell?" Look, look. See, there's a guy. Look, he's probably finna go kick the shit out of him. He just walked past that little gap. I saw him walking. Maybe they'll be fist fighting in a minute. But I don't understand why. Let's see if that guy comes back through and you might be able to see him. Well, hopefully he'll come back, then they're not gonna be throwing blows. But both of them guys driving them trucks blocking this. I'm at a TA, by the way. And it's local time 2:38. It's really early, and this TA has got like 110 spots, 120 spots, something like that, and it's about 80% right now. This early, and these guys are screwing up. On the side of me, there's two spots on my passenger side. See, there's opening, but there's actually two spots, and then there's a spot next to me on the other side, next to the guy. And what I really want to do before I go to the sleeper is scooch over one spot to my left. That way, whenever somebody want to get in here, they don't have to. Now he's going to move up. I guess that guy told him enough shit. See, there's somebody else that probably got pissed off, and then he's just leaving. All he wanted to do was just sit there and run his freaking mouth, man. What an asshole. But I'm gonna start up so I can scooch over and make a easier park for the next guy. This is a fucked up ass truck stop. Okay, that area right there has been in front of this truck. It's been, you see another truck driving in front, that green and white truck. there has been a line of trucks going that route, and it's taken about 20 minutes for one truck to move forward. I don't know what's going on that it take that shit. I'm glad I'm leaving it real early in the morning. But this truck right here just bagged into this truck right here. I mean, I was in the back just watching the computer, just watching the movies and shit. But look, man, said I gotta take a picture. I mean, I heard a crash, I mean, boom, real hard, and I jumped up and looked, and this trailer was in the grill of this green truck right here. That green truck, see that W900? That green truck probably got half a dent on the front of it. That's a mean ass truck right there. That's something that he took a hit, man. And you can bang, I don't even know what he's looking at. He can probably see something I don't. But that truck, it looked damn good in the front for a get hit like that. And there's no real damage. But this truck stop is jacked up, man. Hey, YouTube. Okay, all right. I'm still at this truck stop, of course, so I'm spending the night here. But look. Look. That truck right there is parking. He's trying to park. But, okay, remember that line of trucks right here? It's another one right there. He's gonna try to, no, he's trying to park, my bad. But, look. See the red truck right there? It's another truck in front of it. That's a truck wash. See? They all in line to get their truck washed. And next to it is a line where they get wash out for the reefer. So that's the reason that line is backed up like that. And everybody waiting. Remember I said it's like 20 minutes and somebody else, 20 minutes, somebody else truck move up. Well, I didn't know if they was trying to exit or what the hell, but now I see it's a truck wash. That truck wash done caused some stress to Jay. But I ain't got to worry about it. I'm going to the drop yard in the morning. What's up, YouTube? I'm doing it backwards. You get to see my smiling face after the fact. But look, this is a TA, and this joker is it's big. It's got a big. The actual building is pretty big. I think it's got like 120. I think I said. Spots on it, but it's just not designed real good, man. It's kind of crazy. But those trucks are trying to get into that truck wash, and I backed in on the main thoroughfare. That's why come those guys didn't want to move up, because they didn't want to lose their spot in line. So he only was able to move up a little bit to provide me a, an angle to get into this spot. But yeah, I'm in here, and then there's a guy next to me, the creek guy, had just pulled in. That big whipped that sucker in there, boy. He in there. He whipped it. I gotta give it to him. He got about 70 years experience or something, but he did the same thing I did. He set up and then realized he wasn't at the right angle, and he drove around and came back around a little closer, a little tighter. He got a good angle, pivoted out, and blindsided in this hole. That's another thing I don't understand, man. I mean, all these spots, man, they kind of, you have to blindside in here. I don't like that. I don't like that. No. But I mean, it is what it is. You better know what you're doing when you come into these truck stops. But anyways, I hadn't been posting lately because, quite frankly, I just hadn't been in the mood for it, man. This cold weather just ain't my friend. I don't like it. I don't like all the snow. I don't like having to know that, that the next morning I gotta wake up and deal with it, driving in that shit. And then, I'm driving down the road and I'm passing, 3 or 4 trucks jackknifed and on the side and all that, man. I mean, I don't like that. Not to mention all of the cars. maybe see 4 or 5 trucks and like 25 cars, man. And cars flipped over and all that stuff, man. Shit. I'm just ain't in the mood for that shit, man. You got to be extra cautious when you're driving out here, and you know there's a big Arctic whatever the hell going through the northern states, man. It's bad, bro. It's bad, horribly bad. It's not something that I really want to be dealing with. So every morning I gotta wake up and I gotta think about that shit. I'm just not in that mood, you know. When I park in the evening, I have a couple of the businesses, and then when I park in the evening, one of them is about to get into prime season, so I have a lot of work to do to get that organized so that my sons can run it from there. So I have a lot going on, so I hadn't been able to post. But tomorrow I'm headed to New Mexico. Drop off. It's only going to be a day run because it's only 475 miles or something like that, and I'll run that easy. And then I'm supposed to dump it off the following day, but I'm going to try to unload it tomorrow. It's a live unloaded, a raggedy ass place. I hate that place. It's like I only been there one time to help my driver manager out, and it's a tight back in there, and it's just a trash. I hate that place. I was hoping I never had to go back to it, but I do it so I can get back to my truck. But after that, I'm headed to Phoenix and get my truck, get my Volvo back. Oh, it feel like a year, man, has passed. So, anyways, more likely than not, you'll hear from me in a couple of days, and I'll have a better video than watching some trucks play bumper cars here in the parking lot. See you when I see you. Boop.